God said to me, Francis, he said to me, you know, one of the signature signs or anointings or graces that is on somebody who's operating in this dimension, this priesthood of Yeshua, is that their life is always punctuated by moments of divine interception again and again and again. Now, when I talk about divine interception, some of you may have not even heard about the concept. So I'm going to explain to you the concept. Okay? And to help you explain the concept, I'm going to use a story from my own life that is going to kind of help you understand the difference between between divine interception and other things and other operations of the Spirit that can happen in our life. I'll never forget one day I preached at a church in Austin, Texas, a prophetic house, great ministry, and I was talking about tithing under the order of Melchizedek. And I mentioned in my teaching that one of the things you tithe for, if you are in the order of Melchizedek, is not money. You tithe for you tithe for divine interception. And he was so moved when I said that. But when they took me to lunch after the service, he said to me, "Man of God, you kept saying something that was a word that I don't hear many preachers use often. You kept using the word divine interception." He said, that's incredible. He says, because I always use the word divine intervention, but I know they are one and the same thing. But I just like the fact you use the word interception. Now, I was hungry. I wanted to eat. Didn't think much of it. So we ate. We finished. We said our goodbyes. And I was driving back to Dallas. At the time, I used to live in Dallas. I used to live outside Dallas, Texas. And so I was going to drive back from Austin. So I'm driving on my way, driving back from Austin, going towards Dallas, Texas. The glory of God invaded the car I was driving. I knew that the Lord was in the car, in the sense that the manifest presence of God was in the car. And then the Lord spoke these words. Literally startled me. He said to me, "That man was wrong," like 3 times. "That man was wrong." Man, I'm like, "Lord, what man are you talking about?" And he said to me, "The pastor you've just preached for. He said divine interception and divine intervention are the same." And the Lord said to me, "Francis," he says, "you need to correct that error. That is an erroneous way of thinking." And he says that kind of thinking will sentence him and many of his church members to unnecessary drama in the kingdom that I never intended for them to have. He said to me, "Francis, what he is thinking is the problem I have with the body of Christ. That's why there's so much divine intervention in the church, because my people are not sensitive enough to allow me to intercept instead of intervene." Many arrested me. Out of that encounter came my book, which will be featuring on this program. You got to get that book. It's called The Spirit of Divine Interception. That's why it was born. God said to me, "Francis, there is a massive difference, like day and night, between me intervening and me intercepting." I said, "God, what is the difference?" He says that the difference is huge. He said to me, divine intervention is when I come to get you out of trouble when you're already in trouble. Divine interception is when I come to get you before the enemy can take you out. There is a huge difference. There is a huge difference. One, I deliver you with pain. The other one is painless. Which one do you want? And yet my people are experiencing the painful deliverances of the Lord, because really what God is delivering them from is a rescue mission. They disobeyed God. They won't run through red lights because they didn't say them or they heard them, and they accredited the voice of the Lord to the devil. That means they can keep on plowing. The ultimate end was they got beat up, they lost a leg, they lost their health, they lost their business, they lost their marriage. Something bad happened. Now, God is a good God. He won't leave them in that place, so he came to rescue them. That is divine intervention. And he said to me, "Francis, I don't want to do it. I don't want to divinely intervene if I don't have to. I will allow that intercept." That changed my life completely. Then he told me, "That is interception, son, is a signature anointing. It's a signature sign of a human being who's accurately walking under the order of Melchizedek."